Ready for a liberal helping of truth? It's more Mike Malloy.
25 before the hour. So Newt Gingrich and a lot of the Republicans, the real crazy people in this country, are exploiting the hell out of this Islamic Center Qum mosque that's being built or is going to be built near the World Trade Center. And Gingrich, who is usually wrong about everything, he's such a waste of DNA. But he said, we would never accept the Japanese putting up a site next to Pearl Harbor. And therefore, there's no reason for us to accept a mosque next to the World Trade Center. I don't know what he's referencing there. The Japanese population in Hawaii, where Pearl Harbor is, Newt, is a huge percentage of the population of the entire state. But when Gingrich said that, if he just bothered to do some fact-checking before he opens his filthy mouth, this Newt Gingrich, this serial adulterer, they'd probably have come to realize, if they just use Google, they'd come to realize that there are already scores of Shinto, that's a religion, shrines in Hawaii, a couple of them near Pearl Harbor. There are also some Buddhist temples in that area. Now, Limbaugh, who is a moron of the highest order, I don't care how intelligent you right-wing bots think Limbaugh is, he is a dumbass. He is a complete moron. He asked his listeners what they would think of a Hindu temple if it were built at Pearl Harbor. I guess thinking that the Japanese are Hindus, of course. And one of the Wall Street Journal's readers, in an angry comment on an article about the atom bomb anniversary that just passed, said the following, quote, perhaps we should test the Japanese people's resolve by attempting to build a big Christian church at ground zero. Now, this shows you the gross ignorance and stupidity of Americans. In Nagasaki, a huge cathedral that was bombed when we dropped our nuclear bomb on Nagasaki, there was a cathedral there, the Urakami Cathedral. There were also churches in Hiroshima in 1945. Both cities have Christian churches today. These cathedrals, Catholic / Christian cathedrals, were nuked, along with everything else, by the United States military. But the point is the incredible, monumental ignorance and stupidity, once again, of, yes, the American people. And it's willful ignorance. It is willful stupidity. Americans enjoy remaining stupid so that when they listen to a pig like Limbaugh or a derelict like Sarah Palin or a child molester like Newt Gingrich, when they listen to these filthy right-wingers tell them lies rather than check and find out that their leaders are lying to them, the Republicans, the Christians, the right-wingers are content to just sit there with a huge hole in their head while these right-wingers pour in the garbage and the lies. God. And at Daily Kos today, Top Dog 08 writes that 4 blocks north of the World Trade Center site, there is already Masjid Manhattan. It's at 20 Warren Street, 4 blocks north of the World Trade Center site. The proposed mosque everyone's talking about is at 51 Park Avenue, 2 blocks north of the World Trade Center. So, I have people been talking about shutting down, burning, blowing up the Masjid Manhattan, which is a mosque 4 blocks. Is it 2 blocks? What's the perimeter? How close to hallowed ground can the religious crazies who are Muslims build a mosque so that the religious crazies who are Christians can start condemning it and using it for political gain. I wish somebody would tell me, is it 100 yards? Is it 3 blocks? How close can a mosque be before the right-wingers, Christian and the right-wing political nuts in this country, start going ballistic and, oh no! Huh? Since 1970, Masjid Manhattan, the one that's 4 blocks north of the World Trade Center, since 1970, Masjid Manhattan has been a peaceful, not-for-profit organization located in the area of downtown Manhattan. According to their website, our members are city, state, and federal employees, as well as professional people from the financial area who come to our masjid to perform their daily prayers. So when are the right-wing political crazies and the Christian fundamentalists going to demand that Masjid Manhattan be removed? Huh? Huh? From their website, Masjid Manhattan and its members condemn any type of terrorist act, in particular the attacks of 9/11, where non-Muslims as well as Muslims lost their lives. Islam always invites for peace. Therefore, Islam is not responsible for the actions of some ill individuals who, independently from what Islam advocates, have hatred against humanity. As Muslims and as Americans, we will never forget the beloved ones who perished that terrible day of September 11th, 2001. And it goes on and it talks about, on May 25th, 2008, our masjid was evicted and forced to vacate the building which it occupied for 28 years. By the mercy of Allah, we found a small temporary location just 2 doors down the street from the old location. And we did not have to close the masjid. This new rental space is extremely small and only has room for 20% of our members during Jummah. The rest of the members have to pray on the sidewalk outside the masjid and are not able to listen to the khutbah. Getting back to Top Dog 08, a few people have pointed out Muslims are already worshiping at 45 Park Place, which is the same group planning to build at 51 Park Place. So there are already 2 mosques near Ground Zero. The New York Times had an article on both groups Saturday, which also mentions a 3rd mosque, 10 blocks further north on West Broadway. None of the current buildings were designed specifically as mosques, so I guess you could get into a discussion of what makes a mosque a mosque. The group building Park 51, the one that's in dispute, calls the building a community center, not a mosque. You see the madness? We have a leadership in this country that is insane. All religious leaders are insane. They have to be insane. I don't mean insane to the point where they're a danger to their neighbors. They're a danger to the world. But all religious leaders, and don't tell me about the nice, peaceful, progressive Christians, all religious leaders are nuts. They have to be, in order to convince people, A, that they have an immortal soul, and B, that unless a certain path regarding that immortal soul is followed, that immortal soul is going to be tortured with the most extreme torture ever envisioned for all of eternity.